Nerdvengers, what is up? It is Josh. Welcome back to the morning stream here on the Den of Nerds Live. A reminder, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. We do a bunch of streams over here, 10 a.m. We're going to start doing streams in the evening as well. And make sure you're subscribed to the regular Den of Nerds channel as well over at the Den of Nerds, where we cover not only clips and things from these streams that maybe you miss, you might want to check that kind of stuff out, but also we do a nightly news show at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday called the Nerdy News Rundown. Now, look, we definitely got to get into a lot of juicy stuff with regards to this new Loki preview that's out there. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. But before we get into all of that, I actually want to begin with some updates around the Discovery merger dealy-dally that happened yesterday that we sort of discussed on the Nerdy News Rundown yesterday. Pretty freaking crazy. A lot of different updates to that, and so I want to get the vibe of what you guys are feeling and thinking, but also, let me show you this real quick. This was one of the interviews, one of the many interviews that David Zaslav did yesterday. Zaslav, of course, now going to be the new CEO of the yet-to-be-named merged company with AT&T assets and the Discovery assets as well. So let's take a peek here at what David Zaslav said, particularly about certain IP that Discovery has available. Let's check it out. Give me just a second here, ladies and gentlemen.
We're probably the best media company in the world with the greatest IP, the most iconic IP. You know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Sex and the City, Entourage, Game of Thrones. And this idea of a full-on global IP company and the ability to take 71% of the AT&T shareholder base and together really assure that Warner, together with Discovery, will be a really strong global force. But also that the vision for John and I was the number one telecommunications company in the world and the number one media company in the world.
Very interesting. So one of the things that people are certainly quick to point out is the fact that he mentions
but that we're probably the best media company in the world with the greatest IP, the most iconic IP. You know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
So he says the holy DC Trinity right out the gate. Now, a lot of people are wondering what exactly the fuck even happened yesterday. Like, what was exactly going on with this merger with this new company? There's a lot of confusion out there. And just to sort of take you through the TDLR or TLDR, wow, TLDR about this exact deal, let's sort of talk about it again and let's go over the players. Let's go over what happened. Now, I watched yesterday, Grace Randolph did a pretty good breakdown video of the ins and outs of this deal. To be completely frank, I'm still a little bit confused by what exactly was going on. But it would appear that, you know, the Toby Emmerich deal, or rather the rumor of him sort of reaching out to Netflix to try to get a job a couple of weeks ago, seems like that was connected to this in some way, that Netflix was like, nah, fam, we're good. And then, therefore, Toby was like, well, I don't really want to let go of this cushy job that I have over here at this company, and therefore not going to do that. You know what I mean? So we need to figure something out. I also found it really interesting in Grace's report that apparently Jason Kilar had literally made more money than Toby Emmerich last year or something to that degree, that due to the merger and some of the weirdness that was going on, he technically made more money than him, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I think the bottom line is the Jason Kilar made a lot of enemies. He made a lot of enemies, and he really pissed a lot of people off. And I do believe that personally, for me, I underestimated how upset this like group of Hollywood people was going to get, and how people would be able to sort of galvanize behind that kind of a message. Because I think a couple of the things that were coming out yesterday in the trades, or that were really being sort of talked about with different reports, was the idea that they are gonna go back to being focused on talent and creatives and going back to sort of the old Warner Brothers like systems and beliefs and things like that, right? Because immediately, well, maybe not immediately, but within the day, it was announced that Dune, Denis Villeneuve's Dune movie, will no longer be doing day and date on HBO Max. That's no longer going to be a thing, and instead, they're going to just release it theatrically. Okay, pretty freaking crazy. So again, kind of showing right away that Zaslav and this new company are really all about getting back to traditional Hollywood stuff. Promoting creatives and having hopefully a better vision for what is moving forward. There's also a very interesting aspect to this story, and this has to do with the crazy amount of money that they are going to be putting into content, into creating content just this year. And I believe they plan to spend $20 billion on content creation a year, possibly even this year or next year, going into next year, right? So that matches up pretty closely with what Disney and Netflix are spending. Let me see if I can pull up the exact numbers here because we tweeted about this earlier. That Disney and them are spending as well on content. It's pretty freaking wild. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So, Warner Media Discovery, which I do not think that's the actual name of the company, they're going to spend $20 billion in annual content creation spending, like to create it. Okay? Netflix spent $17 billion this year. So that's pretty much the highest I think they've ever spent, and I think that will continue to sort of be the bar. Netflix, or rather Disney, is spending $14 to $16 billion a year, but there's a little asterisk here that says like by 2024, so I don't know exactly what that means. Like maybe they're ramping into that promotion or whatever, but it is interesting that sort of out the gate, Warner Media is saying we're going to spend way more than what our competitors are on the books saying they're going to spend moving forward in this content creation game. So that in and of itself is pretty freaking crazy. I think the big question for DC fans should be, and it should be like an obvious one, is like, is there any room in that $20 billion for a little Snyder Cut action? Is there any room that within that $20 billion you could possibly give a little bit to maybe the Snyderverse, you know what I mean? To some of those ideas that Zach had, to some of those stories and creations that Zach had. It seemed like it was a pretty nice thing that they had going on there. I think the Snyder Cut movement has been reinvigorated from what I have seen. From what I have seen, they seem to think this is a very positive thing for the most part about the future of the Snyder Cut and the future of those kind of things. It's interesting. It is an interesting situation, man. I see people in the comments that people have, different feelings about it, mixed up feelings about it, and I totally get it. But we're going to have to wait and see. You know what I mean? We're going to have to wait and see, but I think the main thing is that whether or not it's Snyderverse or the sort of continuation of Hamadaverse or whatever, we can sort of hope that whatever they do, they sort of stick to a really creative, creator-driven vision for these characters. You know what I mean? It doesn't even really necessarily matter whose vision it is. I mean, obviously, I would like Zach's vision to be seen. There are other great creatives out there. There's creatives waiting in the wings, I'm sure, to develop great DC content and to do great DC work. So, they seem to be on the right track with DC fandom and multiverse and a lot of different things like that. But man, this whole story kind of came out of nowhere. I know some of you are like maybe not even that interested in it. Maybe some of you are really confused by it. I'll be honest, even me, I'm a little bit confused by it. It really does seem like there was a massive push by some pretty powerful people to really sideline Jason Kilar and to really sideline AT&T's oversight on the movie studio. And you watched it kind of go down. And my thing, honestly, is, and I'm sort of on the record saying this before, I like Jason Kilar. I actually think he's very forward-thinking, and I think Hollywood is full of a lot of boomers and a lot of dinosaurs, okay? But money talks, power moves, and it seems like a lot of those people consolidated their efforts to try to make this thing happen. I still think streaming is the future, but I'm not so dead set on that being the time and the place right now. I think the pandy, to be completely honest with you, I've sort of spoken to this before, but I think the pandy has honestly lasted even longer than I first expected it to. And in the sort of middle of last year, I was looking at the theaters, I was looking at entertainment, I was just like, man, it is really over for Hollywood. Like, it's really over. And I really felt strongly then, and I still feel strongly now, that the future is digital and the future is going to be streaming and different things like that. However, there is something to be said for that theatrical experience. And over the course of the pandy, understanding some of the consumer behavior, like one of the things I found really interesting was that going to the movies is the second most done activity for people and families in the United States. Only second to going out to eat, right? And I don't know if you guys have been out to eat or you've tried, your restaurants. I've been going to a lot of restaurants lately and just kind of being excited and enjoying that kind of experience and going back out and doing that. But dude, restaurants can get real packed real fast. There's a lot of people that want to go out and eat and just have an experience and be out there. I think theaters could make a comeback simply if they're able to sort of take a lot of that energy and just put it into their experiences. I don't think that they can be complacent, and I don't think people are just going to show back up for any film or any experience. But I think there's a lot of incentive for these particular theaters and theaters chains to come up with cool and interesting ideas to bring people back to the theaters. And frankly, big blockbusters and that Marvel pool, man, I think it really will be that Marvel pool. I'm really interested to see how Dune does. Let me just ask you guys in the chat. Let's get a little interactive here. I want to know, what number do you think the Dune movie will make in box office gross? What number do you think it'll make? You think it's going to make 500 million? You think it's going to make 600 million? You think it's going to be much lower? Are we looking at a 300, 400 million thing? Because I believe, unless I'm mistaken, even what did Tenet do? Tenet did 350 or something, 4 or something like that over the course of its thing. Maybe way less. Maybe it only did 2 to 3. 500, 300, 400, 250. Interesting. Very interesting. A lot of interesting picks out there. So let me ask you guys this then. Let me ask you this. Let's say it only makes 300 mil. Would you consider that a failure if it only made $300 million? Would you consider that a failure if it only made 300? I'm interested in what you guys think on this. Not a failure. Somebody would? Nope. How do you adjust for the pandy? I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying is okay. So a lot of people are saying no. They don't think it would be a failure. That's interesting. That is interesting. I wonder what that movie cost, man. What's the budget? What's the freaking budget on Dune? Let's check it out right now. What is it? Dune budget. 165 milli. That's actually decent compared to what it could be. You probably throw in $100 million advertising budget. So it'd probably take 500 or 600 mil to get their money back. But I think I see what you're saying. You're not, because it could it'll eventually maybe turn a profit, and the studios can get paid a little bit and all that too, right? But I don't know, man. See, that's what I mean is if you're I guess where I'm coming from, I think there might be I think a lot of these studios are banking on the fact that if they just bring stuff back and they continue to curate to that experience, that the big movie crowds will continue to come back. And it'll sort of like a rising tide floats all boats sort of things. But again, I gotta be honest, I don't know. just look at the stock prices of a company like Netflix and a company like Disney. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that. Like, I think you need to go for subscribers, and you need to go for subscribers now. And frankly, HBO Max doing all the movies on HBO was a good move. I think it was a great move. But there were a myriad of different problems with HBO Max that they didn't address first. The execution of even the app and it being in other places and all that, it was whack. Plus, I think the price point was a little bit off. Like, there are problems with HBO Max, and I don't think some of the decisions with content were the problem. You know what I mean? Like, basically what I'm saying is this. Think about it on the balance sheet of your company. If you have all of these movies that have this kind of a budget, and then it takes like $600 million to even make the money back, and all that really is like just kind of redistributing the money that's made from the thing. You know, you obviously pay a lot of people and it looks good on a balance sheet, but it's not really profitable. Like, the only movies that are like breakout profitability ones are either very budget friendly films that blow up, or big budget films that blow up to sort of a certain ratio. I just don't understand why it's beneficial. It almost feels like they're paying a little bit off of the top of the actual straight revenue just to sort of be out there in the news more. Maybe they think that will just push institutional money around in the investment place. I don't know. I really don't get it. I guess I'm curious as to what is the exact strategy moving forward for these companies, and how does Discovery and Warner think that, like, putting movies back into the theaters and supporting that whatever, how do they think that's going to get them more HBO Max subscribers? Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess I just don't understand the long play there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting scenario. We'll keep our eye on it, of course. Let's get into this Loki business, ladies and gentle beings. Let's take a look at this Loki business. Okay, so this is a little teaser that was put on television last night. I don't think it's actually up online yet, but we have it on a Twitter account. And so we will watch it together, and then we'll speculate a little bit about Loki. There's a couple of other things I want to show y'all, and then we will get into the Q&A. I know some of you have questions about all my crazy thoughts about, you know, screw the movies and all that.
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So settle in.
Now, hang on just a minute.
And we'll get you in front of a judge in no time.
You actually believes this crasser? How many years you thinking?
No. Thanks for visiting
Dang.
the TVA. Don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing.
What do you want from me? You put our timeline in chaos. I want you to help us fix it. What could possibly go wrong?
Trusting Loki is not a good idea.
Do I get a weapon? You're up. Don't go
Absolutely not.
Very cool, man. They're ramping up promotion for this thing, that's for sure.
Only on Disney Plus.
All right, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again.
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you.
Miss Minutes. This is something that just kind of seems to be all over the promotion for the show, in the merchandising, in some of the, even, well, I've seen some leaked stuff that has this as well. So, very interesting. I think we'll learn more about this character, but it just kind of adds to this really weird, almost David Lynchian vibes that I'm picking up off of the TVA.
Before you stand trial for your crimes. So settle.
So they destroy his clothes with this little bot thing, very similar to the tech that you see in Thor Ragnarok, actually, which I find very interesting. And then, of course, everybody goes nuts for naked and shirtless Loki.
Now, hang on just a minute.
Boom! Naked Loki falling into prison uniform.
Judge in no time.
You actually believes this crasser? How many years you thinking?
No.
This is kind of funny. Just eliminating someone. Very similar to what happens in Ragnarok, where the dude gets melted next to Thor.
Thanks for visiting the TVA. Don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing.
on June 9th.
One for me. You put our timeline in chaos. I want you to help us fix it. What could possibly go wrong?
Trusting Loki is not a good idea.
Do I get a weapon? You're up. Don't go.
Absolutely not.
Original series streaming Wednesday, June 9th.
Very cool, man. June 9th, coming up in just a couple of weeks. And I know we're all very, very excited about this show. Let's talk about what we see in that preview there. Let's talk about just getting hyped up in general for the show. Because, man, oh, man, am I hyped up for this show. Let me tell you. I think, for me, frankly, it's been a little weird, of course, just covering in general the Marvel shows up until this point because, I don't want to repeat all of the sort of trauma and situations that we've had with it. But the truth is, it's like WandaVision to me was an incredible show that just really floundered at the end. It didn't live up to the expectations I had of its ending and its ability to connect to other things in the MCU. I just felt like I was left hanging in a lot of ways, which actually made me think the show was a little bit inconsequential, which is kind of unfortunate, right? And it feels like the same thing happened with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's a cool show, but it ends up feeling a little inconsequential, meaning you don't really need to watch either of those shows, and I think you'll be fine watching Captain America 4, and I think you'll be fine watching Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. I don't think you're really going to miss out on much, which perhaps had to do with the pandy, perhaps had to do with things just changing behind the scenes. We're hearing a lot of different things about pressure from Disney, Chapek, being a friggin' super villain over there and maybe even shaking things up and jamming things up for creatives. But also in general, Feige, of course, had this big thing with Sony, this big thing that he had been waiting on. And it looked like a lot of things were sort of held back because of this arrangement. Okay? So regardless, it feels like there's a lot of sort of asterisks that could be put next to these first two MCU shows. And I think many of us, myself included, are like, yo, Loki's got to be the one, son. Loki's got to be that shit. Loki's got to be the thing that we're really looking forward to. Because, again, I just don't think expectations have fully been met on either one of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. And this is after having to wait for them to be delayed. This is after a year of no Marvel content. And frankly, a lot of people signed up for Disney Plus for the MCU content. Like, let's be real. A lot of us did. I mean, I love the Star Wars stuff too, and it's great to have access to that Disney library, but by and large, it was for the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel shows. So there's a lot of pressure on Loki. Now, the good news is, it seems like Loki has a plot that almost can't be inconsequential. It almost can't be. I mean, think about it. One of the main concepts of the show is the fact that he is in the TVA, which watches all time. I mean, it's intrinsically connected to all parts of the MCU. But beyond that, it would appear the sacred timeline, we can assume is the main timeline that we have spent our time with the MCU heroes and villains. This Loki that we're about to meet is the Loki from the sacred timeline, but he is from a point in the sacred timeline before he has his turn and becomes more heroic. He's more villainous. This is really exciting, but it's super interesting that this character being a part of this sacred timeline is going to have a show that's sort of outside of the sacred timeline or meant to sort of clean up the sacred timeline. Now, to me, this has the best opportunity of any of the shows thus far to set up some kind of an explanation for the more cosmic, grand side of the MCU and the conflicts that are going to be coming post-Infinity War and Endgame, right? Well, you will recall that there was long-standing rumors that Marvel Studios had a general plan that was 5 to 6 years out for what the next phase or the next part of the big story was going to be for the MCU. And there was a lot of indication that part of that story was going to take place cosmically out in space. The other part was going to take place grounded, Earth level. A lot of that stuff seems to be playing out in different rumors. We're not exactly sure that that's the way that it's going to go, But it would appear there's fantastical, crazy, multiverse, bizarro stuff that's going to be happening in certain movies, like, let's say, Thor Ragnarok, or rather Thor Love and Thunder. Like, let's say, Quantum Mania. Like, let's say, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And let's say the Loki show. Seems like a lot of that stuff going to take place out in fantastic, crazy land, space cadets, bizarro world. Woohoo. However, there also seems to be a bunch of the shows that are going to take place pretty grounded. Captain America 4, likely to be pretty freaking grounded. Wakanda Forever, likely to be taking place very grounded. There seems to be an international thing going on there with different ambassadors, a lot of world affairs being tackled. Seems like that might include Doctor Doom, Namor, some of those kind of weird things. So, again, grounded, Earth level. Spider-Man seems to be kind of combining the two. You know, frankly, Spider-Man 3 seems to maybe be the start of some crazy cosmic stuff, but I think he's still going to be dealing with a lot of grounded stuff. Armor Wars seems like it's going to be more grounded. And so you can kind of see that it seems like that general consensus that we had back in the day about Marvel and about how it was going to do, you know, this with the MCU. There's some indication that Loki is going to fit into that role on more of the space side. I'm hoping it cracks the multiverse open in some ways, explains what could be happening, and sets us up for a lot of exciting stuff in the future. Now, one of the big rumors coming out of the show is that we will see Kang the Conqueror. In fact, I think his Majors, right? John Majors, Jason Majors. I forget the name of the guy. He's the guy from that HBO Max show about all the Cthulhu stuff. I forget what it was called. But that guy. Yeah, he's friggin' amazing. Okay? He's friggin' awesome. So it's more or less leaked and confirmed that that guy is going to be playing Kang the Conqueror. So with the TVA being in effect and them using Loki to correct the sacred timeline and the big rumor that Kang the Conqueror is going to be like part of this film, I don't know. To me, it seems like if Loki isn't that kind of balls to the wall, amazing show that kicks off a lot of fun speculation in our journey forward into whatever the Marvel Cinematic Universe has planned. If it's not that, I'm going to be super pissed and I'm going to be confused because it seems like it's the perfect formula to set us up for some of that stuff, man. So I've been excited about a lot of the previews, a lot of the things that are out there online. I'm pumped to check out Loki. I think Loki's going to be really cool. But yeah, let's see what Lovecraft Country. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And man, that guy was great in that show. I didn't even finish it, but he's fantastic in that show. Okay, a couple other things I want to show you guys. I want to show you a couple other things that are going on the interwebs, and then we will get into Q&A. I want to know what all of you guys think about this stuff. Let's check out some Quantum Mania stuff. Check it out. Check it out. Check out this show. Hang on, let me open this up a little bit for you. Boom. Ant-Man 3, first look behind the scenes volume technology revealed by director, okay? So down here, we have a tweet from Mr. Peyton Reed. He shared via his Twitter feed the first behind-the-scenes look at the MCU threequel alongside a confirmation that the film will use the Mandalorian's volume technology. Dude. Look at this photo. That is crazy, dude. Very cool photo. Peyton Reed, his stock has risen heavily after directing the finale of The Mandalorian Season 2. And the fact that he worked in the volume not once but twice during Mandalorian Season 2 and got seemingly pretty comfortable with this tech. And he also knows a lot about that Marvel-ish. Man, it is exciting to see that they are starting to shoot, that he's there, and that he is using the volume. Whew! Gonna be dope, man. I'm pretty excited. Anything else going on the Reddits? Anything else going on in the world? Let's check it out. She-Hulk adds Avengers Endgame stunt coordinator and Godzilla vs. Kong costume designer. Interesting. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Some good memes for the Snyderverse stuff. That's about it. That's about all I think we're working with today. So let's break it into Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. See what you guys have on your brains. Spend some time just chatting it out. Chatting it up. Don't sleep on She-Hulk. I'm not sleeping on She-Hulk, man. I think She-Hulk's going to be dope. I think She-Hulk's going to be pretty fantastic. All right, let me see if I can get into these friggin' super chats here. All right, let me pull this up. Apologies. Hey, reminder, if you're a Prime member, there will be a stream today at 3 p.m. for the Prime members. I'm going live with the Prime folks. And we're going to be talking business, talking about some of the plans for the channel, and just some of the things that I'm working on this week. Just want to kind of talk to y'all about all the juice when it comes to the business tier stuff. So let's first check out the membership stuff. Let's see here. Why the hell? 0 days ago. Okay, here we go. It says Eric Gaines rejoined. Jacob S., welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You're a Nerd Venger now. Kendall Davis rejoined. Welcome back. LJ Hobbs rejoined. Trust Gang rejoined. Social Distance Warrior rejoined. SDW, it's good to see you rejoining, brother. Hope you're doing well. And Patrick Ray rejoined on the Prime level. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Appreciate the support, y'all. Okay, let's get into this Loki Q&A. First one, Skirt Cobain says, shout out to all the Nerd Vengers. Heart with 100%. Love to see it. Thank you for the support, my friend. Trev says, for the $5 Canadian, multiverse stuff is cool, sure. But that's not what people want. They want Justice League stories, not origin stories. Clean house, fire everybody. So I think that's actually fair. I would not be mad if they fired everybody. And, like, the whole thing with J.J. Abrams and that deal, I wonder if they can get out of that deal because I think that deal's ridiculous. Like, I don't know what they paid him in that company, but, like, he's just going to produce and sit back now. He said he doesn't even want to direct any of the films. I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like J.J. was really smart in the way he signed that deal, in the same way that Dan and Dave were smart with their Netflix deal, because, like, their stock was low in the public eye, but to the execs and the boomers, they were like, I like Game of Thrones, or I like J.J. Abrams, you know, and then they signed on the dotted line, you know what I mean? Good for both of them, they get their money, but I would not mind it if they just totally cleaned house and started over with DC. Elisa Scott with the $5 holla says, I feel like theatrical releases are about to become a real luxury for films. P.S. Glad to have Mike Porter and Rogue Soul back. Oh, snap. I didn't really see in the chat. Mike Porter did have open heart surgery yesterday. Everybody put some hearts in for Mike Porter and for Rogue Soul. Rogue Soul just struggling with some life stuff. Life stuff happens. Get you down. But the Nerd Ventures are always here to pick you back up, baby. So let's get some hearts in the chat for Mike Porter and Rogue Soul. I saw Mike on Twitter say that he's feeling much better. He couldn't really talk too much, but he said he's feeling much better. It's good to have you back, brother. Patrick Ray with the $2 house says 3 months down and 3 months to go. Diamond Batch. Take my money. By the way, I want to start doing more stuff for the Diamond Badge members. I think we're going to do a stage on there soon for Diamond members. And I want to talk about some of the things going on with the channel. But I can't promise when that'll be, just because there's a lot of stuff going on. Machine Gun Carter with the $5 holler says maybe WandaVision was inconsequential, but the mystery behind it, theories, the fanboy dreaming, made for the best experience I ever had in a show. Dang, bro. Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair, and I want to get back to that, and I think Loki could be that, and I want to try to bring in those theories and the Secret Wars and mutants and all that fun stuff, man. We're gonna bring it back. We're bringing it back, Machine Gun Carter. We're bringing it back, baby. So don't you worry. The back half of this year is gonna be nuts, dude. Tom Cub says Avengers Loki series Loki is from Avengers Loki series is from 2012, same year Andrew's Amazing Spider-Man came out. So the show technically takes place while Amazing Spider-Man is happening. Interesting point. What do you guys think about Anthony Mackie continuing to tease stuff with Spider-Man? What do you think that's about? He teased something that was going to be in the show. Malcolm Spellman said something about Spider-Man, and then at the MTV Music Awards, he says, "I'm on your ass" to Tom Holland. What do you think that's about, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think it's about? Tom, that is a very interesting point. I wonder, could it be? Could Loki show up in that universe? I don't know. Timelines, universes, are those separate? I don't know. MTS 1993 with the $5 holla says, at this point, until an announcement is made either way, is talking about KK's future kind of pointless? So many channels beat this subject to death. I don't know. I don't really focus on it. I certainly don't make a ton of videos about it. I'll talk about it on streams or like Nerd Theory when it comes up or when it's just on my mind. I definitely don't think it's pointless, though. Like, how is talking about the president of one of the companies that has the largest IP on the planet pointless? No, it's certainly not pointless. And I think she's doing a terrible job. You know what I mean? I think she's doing a terrible job on the whole. So, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like, I get at that, and maybe if you're watching a bunch of channels that are beating it to death, stop watching those channels. You know what I mean? And that includes us. If you think we're beating it to death, or here's the real truth. This is what it really is. If the algorithm happens to be taking that stuff to you more than not, it's an algorithm thing, man. You know what I mean? You got to make the decision to walk away. If that's not something you want to have in your life in spades, you got to make the decision to walk away. So yeah, I don't know. I hope I thoroughly answered your question. And also, they should totally fire KK. The Mr. Anderson with the $10 holler says, what do you think about the Loki series being tied to Wanda and her Darkhold escapades? In the book, the TVA deals with the Nexus beings often. It'd be kind of crazy to me if they ignored the opportunity. That's fair. I think it would be great if Wanda in some way was connected to the Loki show, and at least he was aware of something to do with Wanda or what was going on there. I don't know if that's possible, and I think there's plenty of other shenanigans that they could get into, but jumping through time makes it possible that they could jump into a time when Wanda was doing this, that, second, and the third, right? So there's many different things that they could do with that. I think the Darkhold and that, I hope, is massive for those people moving forward because, you know, Anthony Mackie said something really interesting about how he wants to play that character for the next 20 years. And he hopes that he keeps playing Captain America in the MCU for 20 years. That's like what Hugh Jackman did. I think that's like an incredible kind of crazy commitment for an actor. And we've also heard that Scarlet Witch may well be a part of the Midnight Suns team with Doctor Strange. Well, doesn't that mean that Lizzie Olsen will get a big contract and they'll probably keep her for a long, long time? I'd say probably yes. Does that mean that the Darkhold thing will be a big part of that and perhaps there'll be a villain that they have to deal with, you know, Scython or Chthon or whatever? Maybe, dude. I don't know. It would be be interesting to see. Renee says, for the $5 holla, can I get some Nerdvenger love for my wife? She's celebrating the 13th anniversary of her 21st birthday. What? Oh, okay, I get it. So she's like my aunt that just keeps having her 21st birthday just over and over again. I totally get it, Renee. God bless her. God bless you. Nerdvenger's love for Renee. And also, I believe, Renee, you were one of the people that shipped or that purchased one of the things from the Nerdvenger store. You should be getting that very soon. And also, you should have got an email that said it shipped and give you tracking. Nikki with the $10 holla says, Loki is definitely my main, but I will be objective on the show. And to be honest, I am scared Feige better stop with the letdowns. The eyeball emojis. Yeah, Nikki, I agree. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be chill about it. I'm not trying to be a dick. But it's a little bit of a 0 for 2 for me so far, man. And if this is 3 strikes with 3 shows, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I'm going to be a butthole about it. The whole channel's going to go through a bunch of turmoil. It's going to be drama in all of these chats. The Discord's going to be full of people being like, I wish Josh hadn't changed. He's so negative these days. We'll probably lose subscribers. We'll probably lose members. I'll lose my fucking mind. The Twitter hate's going to be crazy. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say, Nikki. I don't know what you want me to say. Feige, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Anyway, thank you for the support, Nikki. Appreciate the love. It's very sweet of you, you know. Rogue Soul with a $10 holla says, hey, everyone. Thank you all for the shout-outs and reaching out. It means a lot. Keanu as Ghost Rider or bust. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think Dune will do well in the box office, but will be good. That's fair, Rogue Soul. I think it might struggle as well. It really does seem like, I don't know. To me, I don't see the draw. I don't think I'm going to see it in theaters, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see. It's an interesting time, and I get them trying to make that move, but, just because a bunch of people in Hollywood are galvanized behind a particular idea, and just because a bunch of powerful people made a move, guys, companies fail and fuck up all the time. I mean, AT&T thought the original merger with Time Warner was brilliant. It didn't work. It failed. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So to think that those shareholders, those voters, those executives are just going to make the right decisions the whole time, history would actually teach you the exact opposite. They fucked up. So I don't know, man. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. I'm interested to see how the movie theaters go. I mean, frankly, now I'm a big holder of AMC stock, so I want AMC to do well. You know what I mean? Full disclosure. That would be great. But at the same time, I don't think that's the future, man. I don't think that's the future. The movies are going to be ceremonial and event things, and that's it. You'll probably go like 3 times a year, and that's it. Like going to a big fancy restaurant. That's what it's going to be like, I think. Nathan Tattoos with a $10 hello says, been missing nerds. Sorry, life's hitting hard right now. Thanks for being the escape I need in the mornings. Nathan, brother, whatever's going on, I'm sure you will get through it. Life is rough, and it's a weird time right now. There's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. I'm sure, like, dude, I haven't talked to a lot of my friends that are, like, heavily in crypto, but, like, crypto's getting beat up right now. By the way, Polygon, though, on a side note, if you were on the Nerd Venture stream on Saturday, we talked a little bit about Polygon. Polygon doing really well. Not financial advice, but it is doing very well. But I can imagine it being really, really invested in crypto. And, dude, you're not having a good couple of weeks, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're not having a good couple of weeks. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world right now, a lot of turmoil. All we hope to do is to be a little bit of that escape, talk about this nerdy shit, get you hyped up, maybe tell a few jokes, make you crack a smile at the cost of my sanity. That's what we're about over here. So appreciate you, Nathan. Much love, my brother. Alan Ewald with the $5 holler says, fire Kathleen and the Star Wars Karen. Hey, you know that? You're totally free to have that opinion. I want to fire her just because I think she's bad at the job. Has nothing to do with her being a Karen, female, having a face, lips, eyes, ears. I don't give a shit what she looks like. I give a shit about how she functions as the president of a company that has IP that I hold so dear. I just don't think she's doing a good job. Forehead Face with a $2 holler. By the way, Forehead Face is one of my TikTok followers, man. And everybody that hasn't followed me on TikTok, you're really letting me down. You know, you're really letting me down. All these kids these days are all TikTok famous. And it's like, you know, yeah, I want to be TikTok famous. This YouTube shit is like, aight. You know, it's like, aight. But, yeah, if you're not supporting me on TikTok, you pretty much don't love me. You pretty much never really cared about the content or the channel. And you just, you know, you're not hip with it. If I can't be TikTok famous like all these cool kids, I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay? I don't know what I'm going to do. Josh, people our age on TikTok smack my head maybe someday. Yeah, dude, trust me. It's weird. But, Nikki, what if I told you I'm going to start doing scandalous TikToks? Don't tell Elisa because she'll bust in the door. She'll get really bad. But I think I'm going to start doing scandalous TikToks. Look, that's how all of the kids do it. They just show a little ass. You know? TikTok is ridiculous. It's a bunch of people just showing ass and doing sexy things and being all sexy and perverted, and then it'll be like some dude or gal like basically like this. Let's talk about Star Wars, and then they like do some Star Wars shit. It's like, what the fuck is this platform? This platform is bullshit. But also, if you don't show me love over there, I'm not gonna feel good about myself. You know what I mean? So having said all of that, it's like I'm not gonna feel positive about myself. I'm not gonna have a good self-image unless you guys make me TikTok famous and then get thirsty for my scandalous TikToks. Anyway, let's keep going with this Q&A and do the thing that I'm actually good at. Rick O'Reilly with a $10 holla says, I feel like Sony still wants Venomverse to be in the MCU, and all the inconsistent Spidey references in the trailer is just Sony being clueless / boomers and using random Spider-Man iconography. Holy shit. That was low-key savage, Rick. Man, Rick's the type of dude to like say some shit to your face and you smile and nod, and then you think about it a minute and you're like, wait a minute, Rick. You talking shit? I feel like Sony still wants the Venomverse to be in the MCU, and all those inconsistent Spider references in the trailers just Sony being clueless / boomers and using random Spider-Man iconography. I hope that's not the case, Rick. I hope there's a plan. I hope it means something. And I do think you're right, though. They want Venom to be in the Venomverse, but I'm really hoping Feige's like squashed that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I legitimately hope Feige has squashed it. By the way, the handle is, and I just got a couple of notifications because a few of you actually love me. The handle is The Den of Nerds. And yeah, we're going to do a bunch of nerdy shit on TikTok. Just shut your mouth, make a TikTok, and follow me on TikTok. All right. Thank you, Rick. And also, that was low-key savage, man. Damn, I hope you're wrong. Keeman Thomas says, with the $5, I agree. The Kathy subject has been beaten to death. Came for the Bad Batch talk on Nerd Theory and got another rerun of Kathy Kennedy is bad. Brother, I understand. I think maybe what you should have done is, if it really bothered you that much, just clicked off of it and then maybe just watch the Bad Batch again or something. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of positive content about the Bad Batch, and I think that there's plenty of content to watch about that. Bad Batch is cool. We still do watch parties for it each week. I think it's dope. A lot of fun stuff. But I'm not in a good place with Star Wars right now. If you can't accept that a content creator that you like doesn't currently like the thing that you like, I don't know what to do for you, man. I really don't. You know what I mean? I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. But I'm going to talk about the things that are on my mind. Also, they need to fire Kathleen Kennedy. And the more you guys are saying that I shouldn't talk about it, in fact, I might make a whole video series. I might reinvigorate an anti-Kathleen Kennedy video series and campaign. Change.org reinvigorated. I have found a new love for Star Wars hate. Thanks to you, Keeman Thomas. Thanks to you, Keeman Thomas. I might dedicate the anti-Kathleen Kennedy video to you. In fact, I'm screenshotting this right now. I know for sure you're going to check it out now, Keeman, because I'm shouting you out in the video. It's going to be a big old anti-Kathleen Kennedy video. I can't wait. Anyway. T-Love, a.k.a. the Silver Lurker with the $20 holler. Holy shit. Don't mind me just funding my gambling addiction. Much love to my Nerd Vengeance family. Shout out to ADOG, Triple OG. Also, Toby disguised as Keanu for Ghost Rider or Bust. Nice. I like that a lot. And yes, shout out to Al and the AD After Dark OG team. Love those guys over there. By the way, if you are a Nerd Venture member, today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing another behind-the-scenes testing stream from the evening streams over on the Den of Nerds, so make sure you come back for that. James A. with the $5 holler said, I would limit expectations to 3 things. Wait, what? I would limit expectations to 3 things. How Loki connects to Thor 4, time travel, and clearer understanding of the multiverse. Good taper for those emo folk. Yeah. I think I see what you're saying. You're saying let's limit our expectations for how Loki will connect to Thor, time travel, and clearing up the multiverse. I don't know. I wouldn't say clearing up the multiverse, but perhaps at least bringing in a better understanding of what is going on in the multiverse. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I think having an expectation of that is totally fair. The show's literally about the TVA, so I think time travel clearly going to be in there. But I agree maybe that the connection to Thor, which was a rumor that was out there, I wouldn't count on that. You know what I mean? I agree that that doesn't seem like it'll actually be a thing. So, man, I'm going to start writing my anti-Kathleen Kennedy video as soon as I get off of this stream. As soon as I get off of the stream, I'm doing a big old anti-Kathleen Kennedy video. Shit, son. I didn't know exactly why I got up today. You know, I had a confusing morning. I was like, man, things are like kind of slow. There's not a lot of crazy news out there. You know, why do I even get out of bed today? I knew there was a reason. There was something inside me that said, you will find purpose today. You will find a new mission. You will find new vigor for your craft. And now I have it. We're an anti-Kathleen Kennedy channel now. Okay, Rogue Soul with the $5 holler says, Dune was a huge book to me growing up, so I am terrified. When it comes to KK, I'm a quote, Monty Python. Burn the witch! Burn her! Oh, Rogue Soul. That's kind of scary about Dune being your favorite book like that, man. Although the movie looks dope to me, I just don't know if it'll make money. I think it'll satisfy fans, be good, and in that case, I think that you'll be satisfied as a fan as well. When it comes to your comments about Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, come on, man, that's a dead horse at this point. We gotta stop talking about Kathleen Kennedy, and nobody does that anymore. Alan Ewald with a $2 holler says, members only strip show, Josh? No. This is a family channel and brand. But I did finally get back into the gym yesterday. I'm feeling good about that. Brian Klein with the $2 holler says, hi. Hi, Brian. How are you? John Lover 1 with a $5 holler says, hey, man, can you show your DBZ shirt you wear now with removed jacket, earphone, microphone with you standing? Yo, y'all are crazy with that, man. Y'all are crazy with that. I can't do it, John. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I can do. I'll move the microphone for you, and I'll give you a shot at it. That's all you get. You savages. You absolute savages out there. Sheev the Wise with the $2 holler says, you seen the Tom Holland interview regarding Venom? I have. I don't know what to think of it. I don't really think it means much. Besides the fact that like they're probably just coy and having fun with all the different questions they're getting asked. Because that was his brother, right? Finto182 with a $5 holler says, waiting to make my mind up on Disney shows after something in production after Wanda and Falcon. Loki is going to be a wild card. P.S. XRP to Jupiter, guys. Yeah, and XRP, I'm pretty interested in watching how that goes down. XRP is cool. XRP, Engine, and Mana were all doing pretty well yesterday in the middle of sort of a crypto crash. It's very interesting because we talked about a lot of that stuff. We talked about Decentraland on Saturday as well for the Nerd Venture stream. A lot of interesting stuff going on in tech. That is for sure. Felicity with a $10 holla says, any movies made for $100 million or more will lose money in this environment if they are released in theaters or only released in theaters. Not only are there less eyes on the product, but less theaters to show them in. I agree with you. Felicity, it's going to be a hard agree with me. I think that the model for theaters and the theatrical release could still be really cool, but you got to build in an experience. You got to build in an experience, which, by the way, we're working on something possibly for Shang-Chi. I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but we're working on something. The Big Dreadhead 75 with a $5 holler says, what are your thoughts on the report that Miles Morales will take Tom Holland's place? I don't know if those I haven't heard anything reliable about that. So if there's any reports like that are viable, they haven't made their way to me yet. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I haven't heard anything viable about that. I think Miles is on the table for both Sony and Marvel. And I think Miles is a great character. I love the Miles Morales character. I really do think he's awesome. So I'd love to see him in live action. I don't think he will replace Tom anytime soon. If anything, they would probably put him over with the Young Avengers and have Miles and the Young Avengers really popping off. I think that would be pretty smart. And then moving on from there, yeah, eventually maybe when Tom Holland's older. But remember, one of the reasons they wanted to go with this super young kid is so that they could force him to play Spider-Man for the rest of the time. You know what I mean? So, appreciate your thoughts on that, though, and appreciate the support. Big Stevie W with a $5 holler says, who is this Kathleen Kennedy you speak of? Never heard of her or seen anything about her. Yeah, she's just this old lady that, she means well. She's like one of those like older ladies in your life that like she means well and she tries to help and she always comes out and says like the worst thing possible. Completely out of touch boomerish talk. Super cringe, but she means well. She means well. It's sweet to watch her try. But at the end of the day, you're like, get me the fuck away from this lady. You know what I mean? Maswas with a $10 holler says, I will pay you to keep your clothes on and get mad about content. And thank you. Hashtag never TikTok. Mas. I respect it. I don't agree with it. But I accept it. You know what I mean? I accept it, Mas. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. And also, don't listen to Mas. Get on my TikTok where there will sure to be scandalous content from here on out. Crazed Panda with a $2 holler says, just want Loki to have a more satisfying ending. That would be great. And as much as we do want all this connective tissue and all this teasing and all this cool stuff, just in and of itself as a total product, as long as it has a good, satisfying ending, I will be excited. A lot of rumors about like Lady Loki, Kid Loki, etc., spinning out. I'm down. William Warrington with a $2 holler says, Josh wants to be a thought. Yes, I actually unironically want to be a thought. It's fun to get on here and like talk about all this nerdy stuff and to like use my brain and stuff like that. But then I look at like, ladies and gentlemans that don't do anything and just are good looking and just take pictures of themselves good looking and try to call it content. And I'm like, that seems way easier. Maybe we'll just do that. You know what I mean? So go to my TikTok, help me become a thought so that I can retire more peacefully. You know what I mean? Not have to deal with all you crazy guys in chat, all the expectations, people coming in being like, I want Bad Batch talk. Shut up and dribble, Josh. Don't talk about Kathleen Kennedy. Machine Gun Carter with the $2 holler says, can we get some more tech difficulties? Hashtag angry Josh. No thanks, man. No thanks. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. So anyways, let's talk about the chat. Let's get into the chat. Look, a bunch of, some notifications. People are following me on TikTok. Oh, man. Let's see here. Sheev says, if you're looking for a channel with no Kathy, I'm right here. Have yet to utter those words. Shameless plug. Give Josh some TikTok love. Yes. Vader's Lair, not Vader's Castle, everyone. You friggin' idiots. It's Vader's Lair. Go check out Sheev the Wise's YouTube channel. He does good stuff over there. In all honesty, there's a lot of great Star Wars content that you should be watching. Other than me. Matthew K. Crazy fan theory. Omega is a Force-sensitive clone, eventually turned to the dark side somehow, and is revealed as a big bad in the Mandoverse. Wow. I would love it. Honestly, I would love it. I want them to do something with her that's interesting, which would be great. I don't know. I like I said, I like Bad Batch, but frankly, like, I'm not loving Omega. I know everybody's like, oh, Omega. I don't really care for Omega. I think the Bad Batch is dope. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in that show, a lot of referential stuff, a lot of peripheral knowledge being filled in. But frankly, like, I'm not... Are there really only 70 likes on this video? I'm going to lose my mind. 110 likes? Oh, it's 288. Whatever. Man, y'all be lying. Whoever said that, you be lying, man. Trying to trigger me. Yeah, Omega's alright. You know what I mean? That's about it, though. what do you want me to say? I can't. Like, we're just getting started on that journey. We're jamming. It is what it is. I don't think she's like all that compelling as a character, but there's a lot of time and stuff that can happen. So it's like this. I'm enjoying the show. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying it for what it is. But I'd be lying if I was saying like it's all about Book of Boba for me and some of the shows moving forward. A Rebels sequel show would have gotten me much more excited than Bad Batch. Bad Batch is cool. It's a spinoff. It's a spinoff from Clone Wars. If you Clone Wars people, I know, I get it. A lot of you guys are like, Clone Wars is the shit. Clone Wars is the best Star Wars. I get it. If you're one of those people, fuck yeah, Bad Batch is for you. You probably love Bad Batch. I get it. For me, it's just you know what I mean? It's just I'm pretty sure Filoni has big plans for her. Maybe, man, maybe. Elisa Scott says the only scandalous content you put on TikTok is your Bad Batch takes. This is true. For now, though. You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah. Why does it feel like Josh can read my damn mind every damn morning? Oh shit, I don't know, man. That's interesting. Are you broadcasting your thoughts at a loud frequency? The bodacious Black Bat says, I don't give a flying fuck about Bad Batch, to be honest. It is what it is. It's all good, man. Look, Josh, we 3 episodes in. You will come around. That first episode was incredible. I like the second one, and I like the third one. But, I mean, come on, dude. Omega and the friggin' dragons. You know what I mean? Like, she's doing like a friggin', I don't know, man. Like, I don't. Oh no, we are losing Josh to the dark side. No, you're not. I'm being positive. As soon as this, look, first of all, as soon as we get a little bit closer to some of the hype stuff for Star Wars, I'm gonna get excited again. I'm gonna get pumped again. But I can't. I'm sorry. I can't act like Bad Batch is the thing that's gonna make me forget about all the other bullshit that's going on. You know what I mean? Slow-mo 1203 says the $5 holla. Please do not let Omega be a Force user. It's like very abandoned kid. Every abandoned kid is a Force user. Be a little less obvious. I know it's a little weird, right? It is a little weird. Interesting that everyone is using TikTok, but word on the street is that it's a government Chinese-owned corporation. Sort of. The North American version of it is technically not owned by that Chinese company. But it's all probably the same, and they're all reading our brains, getting all of our biometric data so that they can clone us or replace us or have the aliens take over or something like that. So, look, the truth is, Krim, is TikTok ruining the world? Absolutely. But I need to feel validated and be a TikTok thought. If I can't be a TikTok thought and ruin the world along with all of the other thoughts, then I don't know if I want to live, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be dramatic with this shit, right? But, like, if I have to answer one more question about Kathleen Kennedy, instead of just being hot on TikTok, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. Carl says, man, who cares? An asteroid is coming soon anyway. Yeah, you might be right. Did I see they released the Darksaber at Galaxy's Edge? I did see that. It's pretty cool. Josh is lucky we love him because what he just said. Nikki, I know. Jennifer Coin may be right. Time will tell. She also says Bail the Hunter. Yeah, we'll see. Just came in throwing a like from my boy Josh. Thank you so much, Jake. Appreciate the love. I'm bored of all this Star Wars talk, says John's on his take. I feel you. Hey, Josh. Tight are up your t-shirt's arms after working out yesterday? Yes. First step to being hot on TikTok. Being hot. Fuck! Damn it! You're right! Ugh! Shit. Okay, well, how much is plastic surgery? Let's start looking up the shit up. Big Stevie W says, just shake that tush and have Elisa do your makeup so you look like an anime girl. What the fuck? We're doing it. That's the weirdest thing anyone's ever said to me, Steve. And now we're absolutely doing it. Look for a makeup anime girl TikTok later today. Shiloh says, we need a TikTok thought Josh emoji. That would be pretty fun, huh? That would be pretty fun. Big Red Zillennial says, Omega and Junior Dragon greater than Mando and Giant Spider? I'm picking a fight. Also, take my money. You are picking a fight. First of all, that's fucking crazy to me. It's crazy that you would say that. The Spider episode is way better for one particular reason. One of the sexiest female characters in all of Star Wars. She don't need no man. Strong-ass, independent woman. Egg laying. Hot tub chilling. Friggin' tongue grabbing. That's right. It's Frog Lady. Frog Lady. Be still my motherfucking heart for Frog Lady. Sexiest lizard frog lady thing I ever seen. Okay, so first of all, you got that. So shut your mouth when you're talking to me, Big Red Zillennial, because you have no idea what you're talking about. Also, those giant spiders, creepy as hell. Creepy as hell. Way cooler than that one little baby back bitch, girly ass, lizard looking gecko kind of thing dragon. That ain't no dragon. That's some weak ass lizard thing hanging out on a friggin' asteroid. Should have blasted it into oblivion. Giving it a friggin' one of your cool flashlight things. Come on, Omega. That's Omega dumb. Should have done it. Got it to open its mouth with a flashlight, and then blasted it in its innards. Ridiculous what they're trying to teach these kids these days. You know what I mean? So, yeah, thanks for triggering me, Big Red. Appreciate it. Real cool. Real cool. Thanks a lot. Felicity says, I like Bad Batch. Don't love it, though. It is hardcore Star Wars porn. Do any of us know of normies who are excited for the show? Great question, Felicity. Great question, Felicity. Any normies like the show? Any normies checking out Bad Batch? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? Any normies checking out the show? Yes or no? Put it into the chat right now. I want to know. Do you think normies are checking out the show? Nikki says, yes, I have a few friends watching it. Interesting. Patrick says, yes. Logan says, yes, my stepdad. Nope. Normies aren't watching? No. Yes. Lukewarm. My wife is a normie. She likes it. Interesting. Some. Okay. I'm a Star Wars normie, and I turned off episode 1 halfway through. Interesting. Anecdotal, but interesting. Who cares for normies? Brother, you gotta appeal to the normies. It can't all be for the hardcore people. I love hardcore Star Wars, and I think it's great for the sweaties. I am a sweaty. You got to be able to service both. That's what Marvel does. They bring in the normies. Grandmas knew about Thanos. You understand? Grandmas. So. Yeah. Don't look at me, Josh. Or don't look at me. Josh is the real Sheev. He's been plotting for years, and now the den is taking over. At least all the nerdy content and TikTok. You're goddamn right, Sheev. Omega. You're goddamn right, Sheev. We're taking over this game, and I'm excited about it too. Brian's just like, no. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, if you are a Nerdvenger, we might do some experimenting tonight with some betting of Nerdcoin on some of the games we're going to play. So we're going to play games with some of the EPs. I think Elise is going to be there. I think Adam's going to be there later. Ryan's going to be there. I think Lavis is going to be there. And we're going to play some games. And so we might do some bets on some of the gaming with the Nerdcoin. And there's a lot of cool stuff like that we have going on as well. So It's hard for me to get excited about anything Star Wars with all the negative, toxic shit surrounding it. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. But you can't, like, my thing is, you can't, like, take that, and I know that's a total reality. You can't take that and then blame fans. I'm sorry, you just can't. It is on the studio. It's on the studio. The biggest we get from the Bad Batch episode is the Empire's Tarkin. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Random question. Who's your favorite Marvel character? So it's pretty much Spider-Man, but it's actually Kane, the Scarlet Spider. So weird, I know. But Doctor Doom's probably second to Spider-Man. I love Doctor Doom. Love Doctor Doom. So. All right, everybody. I think we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go for like 4 more minutes, and then we're going to get out of here. A little bit of a lighter day today. I do want to remind everybody that these streams are brought to you by Surfshark VPN. If you don't have a VPN and you're looking around like, oh, shit, everybody's getting a VPN, I feel like I'm maybe a loser, maybe a dummy. You're right! You're a dumb loser! Get a VPN! And also, you don't need to overpay for all these crazy-ass VPNs out there. Look, at one point in time, these other really expensive VPNs, they probably had software and servers that were much better, that did make that price point make sense. That is no longer the case. A lot of the VPNs out there costing you way more than they need to and not giving you actually equivalent protection of some of these other companies. Surfshark VPN, we vetted, the entire team vetted. They're an incredible company. They come in at a much lower price as some of these other VPNs. Use code NERDS at checkout to save 83% and get 3 months free of Surfshark VPN. Very grateful to have them as a long-term sponsor locked in with the channel and the brand. We do a lot of digital stuff, a lot of our stuff that we're doing with NFTs, with blockchain, crypto, all that kind of stuff. It's all digital. You need to be able to protect your assets. You need to be able to protect your data. You need a VPN. Get Surfshark VPN today. So check it on out. Get it. I also want to say we're going to start doing streams every day at 10 a.m. and then every evening at 7 p.m. That's going to start happening in the next couple of weeks live. We're doing some experimenting behind the scenes for Nerd Vengers. Make sure you check that out. And for the Prime members, 3 p.m. today. 3 p.m. It's in like 4 hours. I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all then. And we'll talk about business, videos, algorithms, and all of that stuff. See you guys then, okay? Much love, much love to all ye Nerd Vengers. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Did everybody leave? Is everybody gone? Did everybody go?
After the
I don't know, guys. I don't know. Slower news day today. And it's funny, I got some messages on Twitter. I can't help but think that some of the messages I got on Twitter were also the people that super chatted today. Just being upset that I'm talking negatively about Star Wars again. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know what I mean? I can't lie about it. I can't act like I'm pumped. Like I'm not pumped about High Republic. Bad Batch is aight. And it's like, look, I gotta be me. I gotta be real. You know what I mean? You gotta show me something, Star Wars. You gotta show me something. I'm not seeing nothing. Tis what it is. Anyways, there was plenty of cool stuff on the way, guys. Plenty of cool stuff on the way. Much love to all of you. I'll see you guys real soon. Nerd Vengeance. To the moon. To the moon.